Hello students. Now we are continuing with the fourth lesson of geography, that is the minerals and power resources. In the last lecture, till now we have learnt about the minerals. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the power resources. Okay. So power and energy resources. This is the point we are going to take. The power and energy is playing very important role in our lives. So without the power and energy, our life will get stopped. So the power is very much essential in the or very much important in the industries, transport, communication, and also it is very much useful in the agricultural sector as well. So there are many power resources. The foremost is coal, petroleum and natural gas. So these are what we are using in a abundant. The rising economic development in the world creates the demand for more power resources. So whatever the development which is taken place in the world, that is demanding more and more power resources. Wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy and the nuclear energies, these are the other power resources, but we are using them in a limited. So there are the two types of power resources. One is a conventional and another one is a non-conventional. So now about the conventional resources. Conventional resources means what? That resources which have been in a common use for a long period of time are called the conventional resources. So these are the resources we are using in our regular life. So the two main conventional energy resources are the fossil fuels and firewood. So about the fossil fuels. The fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, natural gas are the main source of the conventional energy. So dead remains of the plants and the animals which are buried under the earth for millions of years and that get converted into the fossil fuels due to the very high temperature and the pressure. So due to the high temperature and the pressure, these dead remains of the animals and the plants turn into the fossil fuel. So it takes the thousands of years for the formation. Then the next one is the firewood. It is widely used for the cooking and heating, and more than the 50% of the energy used by the villagers in India comes from firewood. So that firewood also is in use abundant in the rural areas of India. Then the next is the coal. The coal is the most abundantly found fossil fuel, which is abundantly means what? In a large deposits. It occurs between the layers of sedimentary rocks. So the coal, then the petroleum, that we can found in the layers, in between the layers of the sedimentary rocks. The coal that we are using today was formed millions of years ago, and the reason is same. When the huge forests and the swamps, means whatever the dead remains of the plants which are got buried under the layers of the earth, and because of that immense or the large high temperature and the pressure, that transform into the coal. The four varieties of coal are there, that is the anthracite, bituminous, lignite and peat. These are the four varieties of coal. Among these, anthracite is considered as the finest variety of coal. Why? Because it contains more than 90% of carbon in it. So it produces more and more energy and heat as well. The electricity which is generated from the coal is called as thermal power. The world's largest coal reserves are in Russia, USA, China, then South Africa, Ukraine, Poland, UK and Germany, they are also have the rich deposits of coal. The estimated total coal reserves of India are about 160 billion metric tons. Okay, so this means what? The 160 billion metric ton. Metric ton means what? Thousands of ton. About 80% of these total reserves are found in Damodar River Valley, then Zaria, Dhanbad, Bokaro, Raniganj and Garit. These are the areas which are mainly producing the coal. New deposits are found in Tamil Nadu, Singareni, in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Korba in Chhattisgarh and Talcher in Odisha. These are the new deposits found areas. They are being developed in the associations with modern coal industries. Coal found in India is primarily used in iron and steel industry and the railways. So in iron and steel industry for the purpose of heating in the furnaces and to run the railways, the coal is used. Then the next is the petroleum. Petroleum is found between the layers of sedimentary rocks, as I told you, and it is drilled from the oil fields in the offshore and the coastal areas. The crude oil is then sent to the refineries. So whatever that petroleum which is extracted, it is not in a pure form. It is having so many impurities. So this is the crude oil which then sent to the refineries for the processing and to produce a variety of products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, wax, plastics, lubricants. All these are the products which we obtain from this crude oil after the refining. About the two-thirds of the total reserves of the petroleum are found in the Persian Gulf. The main petroleum producing countries are Saudi Arabia, Iran, Kuwait, Iraq, Qatar, UAE and Bahrain. Other petroleum producing countries are the USA, Venezuela, Russia, China, Libya, Indonesia and Algeria. In our country, petroleum is found in Digboi in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, some areas of Gujarat and in the deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Petroleum and its derivatives are called black gold as they are very valuable. So the crude oil or that petroleum is called as a black gold. Then the next one is the natural gas. Natural gas is the mixture of hydrocarbons and mainly consisting of methane gas. It may occur with the petroleum, means the natural gas can be occur with the petroleum or it may also occur in a separate or a independent. The natural gas is widely used in domestic and industrial fuel. Okay, so it is used as a domestic, means whatever the cooking gas we are using is a natural gas. It is also commonly used as the transport fuel, that is the LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, and the CNG, that is compressed natural gas. The USA is the largest producer and the consumer of natural gas. The other important producers are Mexico, Netherlands, Russia, Iran, Romania, and Germany. In our country, natural gas is found in the offshore oil fields of Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. So, and also some reserves are there in Rajasthan and Tripura. Okay, then the last one is a hydel power. Hydroelectricity is generated in the hydel power plants. It is generated from the force of falling water. This source of power is non-polluting, and the procedure to create the hydroelectricity is also very simple. Water is collected in dams or by blocking rivers. This water is made to fall from heights. The falling water flows through the pipes inside the dam over the turbine blades, and because of that the turbine blades start to rotate, which are placed at the bottom of the dam. The moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity, and this is called as a hydroelectricity. The hydel power produces 1/4 of the world's electricity. The leading producer of hydropower in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil, and China. In India, the hydropower developed and generated by several multi-purpose projects like Bhakra Nangal, Damodar Valley Project, Hirakud, Rihan, Tungabhadra, Chambal, Kosi, Mahatma Gandhi Project, which is on Jog Falls, and Sivasundaram on Kaveri River in Karnataka. Okay, and the several projects are also in the foothills of Himalaya and Western Ghats. So here we are going to stop. The next part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.